I think this is my very first YouTube live. Hello, everybody. Cool. All right, I think I need more light. Is this better? I think so. Yeah. Bring you a bit closer. Closer and close. Hold your sweet as oh. There we go. All right, we're cooking with gas. All right. What we're going to be paying attention to is down here. Cool. So I'm Maria Benton, and we're going to be talking about and delving into trapunto. Now, what is trapunto? Oh, why is my head cut off? Okay, what is trapunto? Well, trapunto is a type of, it's basically stuffing. So it's a quilting technique where you're stuffing applique or the shape. And oh, man, I should have had an example for you. Somebody's not very good at this. However, this is fun. I'm so excited to probably be doing this. You know what? I think that, so. I'm going to be doing that live, and excuse my guts. All right. So we're going to also be doing so on YouTube live, and I'm going to do the TikTok.
Billionaires and big boat.
Okay, so start it off. Oh, no one's in here. Great. Actually, not great. I mean, it's never great that no one's in there. That's not great. That's not something to say great to. But it buys me a little bit of time. Man, amen. Okay, so my title is going to be what did I say it was going to be? So graffiti. Join me as I dive into graffiti. Let's dive into graffiti trapunto. Now, let's. Well, let me say let's dive. So maybe it'll let me say let's go. So let's go. Graffiti trapunto. I like saying that word, trapunto. Okay, let's go. Graffiti trapunto. Oh, I can share from TikTok. I can share this. Oh, it says something went wrong back home. Oh, let's do this. Oh, I think maybe it might help, isn't it? But okay. First of all, graffiti. We all kind of know what graffiti is. And the way that I did this, I'll just walk you through the steps up to the point where I'm at right now. So I was deciding I was going to make this pullover, a jumper. But then I decided, I'm going to make it a jacket, not a jumper, not something that's a pullover. And in doing that, I decided, how about I do some quilting on this? Because one of my colleagues, Dr. Elka Stevens, is an incredible quilter, like exquisite, beautiful work exhibited all over. And so she inspires me. right? And I was like, I'm going to, in the past, I've made garments that have used quilting fabric, right? But that's different from actually building my own quilt, like doing the actual quilting myself. So um, I'm excited to do that, right? And because I love to hand sew, it makes more sense for me to do that as a hand sewn project. Plus, setting up the machine, loud, all of that. Not really into it right now. So I like the slowness and the intentionality that hand sewing brings to a project, right? And just to my experience of that project, right? So start with a plain old piece of paper, and I'm going to try to mimic, yeah, that letter that I did. All right. So then I don't know if you can see me. Let's see if I can do this so you can see me. So then I do a graffiti. So say we do the letter A, right? And I don't know what this is called, but it's like the bottom of the letters kind of have that angled out effect. It's kind of flared. So that's an A. Bada boom. Very exciting. So then what I did is I cut it out. So let me see if my second. So later. No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this done. Maybe I shouldn't try to add all this. Okay. Anybody here? Doing down, party with me. Hey, the studio should be open. I've okay. So back to this. Let me just jump onto this live. Yeah, just stop making things more difficult than they need be. Okay, go live. Device camera. Okay, I'm gonna go live. 3, 2, 1. Cool. All right, all right, all right. Good. Awesome. So, trapunto, graffiti trapunto at that. So, trapunto is a form of quilting, right? It's a technique used in quilting. And it's basically when you, oops, It's basically when you know that quilting has 3 layers, right? So you have your outer fabric, you have the fill, which is typically like a foam or a polyfill or some sort of batting, and that provides the cushioning. And then you have another layer of fabric underneath. So what I was doing is I decided that I'm going to delve into the world of trapunto. Very excited about that. Oh, hello. And so, because I'm me, I'm not just going to do just squares or circles. I'm going to do graffiti, right? And I'm going to do trapunto and actually a little portraiture. So I mean, if you're gonna bite something big, bite something juicy. So that's my attitude towards things, especially when you're trying something new, right? You just want to dive in and see where it takes you. So that's what we're gonna do today. So graffiti. I drew out a letter here, right? This is the first thing I did. I drew out the letters, and in this particular case, I'm this first of all, the thing that I'm quilting is not a quilt like a blanket, it's an actual garment. So it's a jumper, a jacket. And so on the jacket, um, there's going to be lettering and a portrait, and it's all in is as an ode to, oh, you know what? Damn, I don't have my own. Oh, I forgot. I don't have my. Shoot. Here's my. Oh, I messed up that big time. I don't have my Lord have mercy, Lord. The bottom of my transmitter. Damn, what did I do with it? Damn, are they gonna take me for my papers? Okay, so I've got this part here. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get more with live promote 3 easy steps. No, I'm not doing live promote. Okay. Come on, Tana. Oh, I've got a person in here. Yay, good. I'm gonna go to put my hands on. So I have my mic. Hey, yeah, how are you? Oh, okay, perfect. I have a mix here, but it's not. Of course, I'll get a phone call. Okay, no phone calls. So anyway, oh shit. Oh, there we go. So anyway, trapunto. So why trapunto? Well, what I love about trapunto is, and actually maybe I can pull up an example of it on my iPad. That's what I'll do. Trapunto. What I find fascinating about it is that it actually takes. Okay, this is a good example. Okay, you see that? This is a trapunto. You see how it's raised above the rest of the quilting? So what's interesting is that with trapunto, you have the raised bit, right? That's the trapunto part. But the quilting in the background is stamped, that sewing, all that sewing makes it lay down, which makes the printed out bit stand out even more. So that's what I want to take advantage of. and enjoy. So the steps that I took was I did my lettering and then I cut them out. And the key with trapunto is you just want to make sure that you have that area, the surface area that is going to be puffing up is not very tiny, right? It's not very detail driven because that can be problematic. And you'll see how I may have driven myself into a problem just by the fact that, just by the fact that, oh, thank you, Yinka. I appreciate you. Just by the fact that I do have one of the appliques that I am going to be quilting into this piece has more detail than it probably should. So, but I just wanted to test it out, see how it works. So we'll see. But what I love about this type of work is that it's slow work, right? And so it's, while it's creative and it's a great technique, it's also, for the person that's actually doing it, it's very relaxing and almost meditative. At least that's my experience of it. And then the part where it's exciting is because it's something new, right? So I don't typically do this stuff. So here we have our letter, right? And so what I would do is then put my lettering onto, okay. Actually, I'll do a smaller bit. That way I can use this piece of leftover, do a heart, right? Okay. Right, so see we have a heart here. Okay, heart. And then you're going to take your heart and you're going to put it on. Now, I'm using foam for my trapunto, right? But you could also use polyfill. You can use batting. Anything that's going to that's lofty, has some thickness and sponge and resilience. That's what you want. So now, one thing, if you're not any people in here who's not a sewer, is you'll want to have scissors that are for paper, right? So you saw me cutting out the paper out of this, but then you want to keep your fabric shears separate. So you don't want to be using your fabric shears on paper because it'll dull your shears, and nobody wants that. You want to keep your tools in good shape. And so you see what I did there? One of my pet peeves is wasting material, right? So you want to place the material in an area where you're maximizing usage, okay? So can you see that? It's white on cream, so it's kind of funky. Okay. So, and I'm doing something where I'm take out a pin from here. To keep it in place, you might want to just pin it. Some people like use a glue stick and glue it there, and some people just hold it together. I typically just hold mine together, but I'll pin it for this example, because once you pin it, like if you drop it or something, it's still in the same place. So I try not to drop it. There we go. It's pretty simple and relaxing, you know, it's super relaxing. I love to relax. Like this, there. So we have our shape, right? We have our bone cut out, and we have this. The cool thing with this is that you can use it again, right? So if you like the shape, if you're like, oh, okay, I have this graffiti A, I'm going to use this again. Yeah, why not? Why not? So put this in the trash. All right. I don't know what the hell I did with that transmitter. So another thing that you'll need in this particular case, I like to use bigger needles for stuff like this because we're going through foam and through this brocade. See this fabric? It's pretty heavy, right? It's a brocade fabric. So it's like upholstery quality, right? So it's pretty heavy. So that, and then I'm also, so when I actually do the other layers of the quilting, there's also a cotton batting and a cotton twill, right? So that's a lot of fabric. It's pretty substantial. Nothing is a lightweight fabric. So I'm going to be using, instead of using a sharp, which is like what you typically see, like a smaller needle, I'm using what's called a darning needle. And this is a pretty big boy, right? And what I like about the darning needle, you see that, is that it's made of steel. It's pretty thick. It's substantial. It's not going to bend as easily. Whereas if you're using like a regular universal needle or a sharp, going through all those materials repeatedly, that you're going to bend or even snap the needle, right? So it's a good thing to invest in good needles and good equipment. They're not very, I mean, it's all relative. It's a good pack of needles can cost you like $4 or $5, right? But some people like to just go to the dollar store and get like the whole big pack. And sometimes that works. I'm not knocking it. Like some access to materials can be problematic for some people. So however you get your materials, good on you. But you want to make sure that you're getting materials that and tools that are effective, right? So you have to weigh the pros and cons in that situation. So, another thing is the type of thread I'm using. So in this instance, I'm using this. Now, usually we use this for crochet because it's a very hot. This is cotton. It's quite heavy. It's a heavy thread, right? I think this gauge is probably like 110, 120, something like that. So it's a heavier thread. It's mercerized cotton, and it's typically used for like those crochet lace things. But you can also use this for when you're doing your hand sewing for especially when you're using it on heavy materials. So, oh, thank you. You lit up my rose. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. So, let's see. There's this 1, 2. So we're going to use it twice the length of your arm. You don't want it too long because you don't want it like past the length of your arm because then you're going to just make sewing uncomfortable. So put that there. And I'm just going to do a simple knot, right? It's already thick. You don't want to add all that extra stuff. Just a simple knot, right? See that? Simple knot. You see, it's just the length of my arm. Okay. And let me show you what I did. Maybe I'll give you an overhead view because I think that might be cool. Oh, no one's here. All right, I think I'll give you an overhead view. Okay. Let's see how. Oh, okay. So, hello. You can see me here. Great. All right. So, with the trapunto, what I want you to see is this. Wait a second. First, let me clean this little mess up right here. any mess, especially because this is a white garment. I don't want that having any effect on, oops, Mm, almost got it all out. Let's see. Okay. So, let me show you what I did. Okay, so this is a jacket. It's a couple of pieces. They're a little sort of tangled. All right. So, let's see what's going on here. Oh, this is my W. See? All right. So I cut the pieces out and then I placed the lettering. Let's see what this is. So this is the front of the jacket, the front left side of the jacket. All right. It's a little wrinkled because I think maybe I'll press it. But it's graffiti 8I. And then on the back, it's going to say a woman. It's a famous speech by Sojourner Truth, and I woman. And unfortunately, my W came off, so I'm just going to place that back in here. So what I did was I placed, oh, can you see this? Oops. I placed the foam, the fill, on the inside, because that's how the trapunto works, right? And then fill around it. So now, then I have this question mark. Right. It's the question mark. See that? Question mark. And then this piece has, oh, I didn't show you the inside, right? So that was the outside, but on the inside, that's where the lettering lives. See that? All right. Yeah. And that's the traditional way to do trapunto, is that you do the second first. So this one is actually going to be Sojourner Truth's face. All right, so it's her portrait. See that? Kind of looks janky right now because it's just the beginning, but that's Sojourner Truth. Can you see it? Does it make sense? Right? And so each of these pieces put together, and then we'll have Sojourner out here. Okay? And this bit is a bit, what you see here, this bit here, this is facing. So I'm doing some facing around the neck and the center front, because there'll be some closures of some sort. So I'm not sure if it's going to be a jacket or like a pullover. We'll see. It won't be a pullover. But even, so this is the naughty quilting bits that I have. These applique, so these are her glasses, see? The glasses that she has, and how it will build up her face. And I have everything like her eyes, her pupils, her lips, right? I'm gonna use a faux trapunto technique, where in that technique, you're actually going to you're gonna build the trapunto, you're gonna build the applique and sew it on top, right? So it'll have the stuffing and the effect. And it looks the same, but it's just the layering that takes place. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because although I am doing a traditional trapunto technique with the majority of it, these I'm layering on top. So I'm kind of, it's like sculpting, it's like building layers, right? And so it'll be more, have more, the 3D effect will be even more accentuated by layering in all those elements. So I'm excited about that. And here you can see the back. This is the finish, right? So this is actually what's going to stay. And then the batting will go on top of that, right? So then there'll be batting on top of, once this gets sewn down, then the batting will go on top of that. And then the lining, the back lining for the quilt will go on top of that. And then we'll do our quilting on the background quilting. So this will also get, so while there is, and I'll see, because this is the front of the jacket. This is a sleeve. This is going to be gathered here like that. So while this is interesting and the brocade has conversation going on, I'm trying to think like what kind of background quilting should I do that won't distract, that won't be so super busy, because they already have the busyness of the textile itself. You see, it's got this rose, it's got this sheen, and then they've got this matted, raised floral effect, floral pattern, which is really pretty. And it's me giving her roses, giving her flowers, right? So, yeah, I know that I'm in a good place with the piece, particularly a piece that is both fine art and just traditional functional garment, right? Because it is a garment that you can wear, but it's also a piece of art. That's what I'm working towards. And so I when I feel like I'm on the right path, I could just feel it inside of myself. Do you have that feeling where it's like, oh, this feels like it's coming together in a very special way. So I'm excited for that. So anyway, now I'm just going to be focusing on actually doing the sewing. I'm going to move this so you can look at my hands. You can look at my hands because my hands is what's up. And I'm going to start by do I start on this one? Actually, I'm going to start on the lettering because I think that will be easier to get through. I'll start with the letter A, with the first letter. Ain't I a woman? Okay. Ain't I a woman? So starting with the A. And I don't need this here for that. Oh, actually, I think we do, but it's going to. And I just need my sewing needle and my handy dandy thimble, which I hope I didn't knock over or use some back. Oh, there we go. Thimble. I like these types. I like these types of thimbles, even though this is kind of large. I like these types of thimbles because the top of my finger is still open, so it doesn't get all hot and sweaty. Right? And so I just take the back of the needle and push that way. You see that? That's how I sew through. But do what works for you. I can't stress that enough. Do what works for you. So in this instance, we're going to start. I guess I could start from the back, right? That way I can see what's going on. And I'm just going to do a very fine. Yeah, maybe I'll do it from the back. That way I can see. Yeah, I'll do it from the back. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Can you see? I want everybody to see. I picked the worst coloring because it's like cream. So you can't really see, but there we go. And I'm just doing a running stitch, very plain and simple. Because I want the simplicity. I want it to look hand sewn. I want it to look. See how that looks? It's coming up there. And the interesting thing with hand sewing is you want to pay attention to your tension. Pay attention to your tension. Right? See, running stitch. Should be able to just do a few at once. Okay. There we go. You see that? It's there. And I love the effect that this yarn has, this crochet yarn has, because it's heavy, so you really see it really shows up in the work. And I like that. I like that effect. But you could very well do this with just an embroidery thread, which is much smaller. And as you can see, this particular foam has a lining on it. See, so it encases the work. So it kind of holds it in there as well, which is another added benefit. So it's not sliding all over the place. Typically, if you were working with like wool batting, they can deteriorate easier. So you just have to be mindful of the types of materials that you're using and how they take handling, right? So having the pin basting in place helps with ensuring that I can manipulate the fabric like I am, and the appliques don't lose their placement on the garment. Right, so that's more of that. And this is the effect. So this is what I'm going to be doing. This is where I live. I know it's so the thing with this type of work is that it takes time. You have to pay attention. But you could, watch a movie, have a conversation with a friend, listen to a podcast. I mean, there's things that you can do because it is hand sewing, right? And so that's the benefit of creating with your hands, is that there isn't a machine between you and the rest of the world that's in the room with you, right? I think I've just given myself a knot. Oh no. Let's see if I can get out of that. What did I do? I gave myself a little knot. Sugar honey iced tea. Okay, let's see if I can get rid of that. You see that? I wonder if I can go back and replay this and let's see. Where's my mirror? My camera. See the knot? There. See the knot? See the knot? Oops. See the knot? It's so minuscule, but it's going to be a pain in my butt. I probably could get it through, but I don't want it popping every time. Ugh, damn it. Okay, I'm just going to deal with it. Let's see if it causes a problem, then I'll just rethread the needle. I don't want to cause a problem, but I don't want to stop getting a little rhythm. I want to enjoy that. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And you want to just stay as comfortable as possible. Turn the work as need be. Right, so you're not contorting your body. You want to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. You're sitting up straight. That your posture is good. My posture is bad, but do what I say, not what I do. We're just going through. And as you can see, this red thread here, this is I put the lettering